Sabaha everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to do an unboxing and initial impressions of the brand new third generation Echo Dot from Amazon. They've gone through and redesigned the entire Echo Dot line, giving us a better design as well as supposedly better sound. So we're going to do an unboxing real quick and we're going to set it up and listen to the music on this and see how does it sound. Is it truly better than the first and second generation Echo Dot? This is TK. Let's check it out. As I mentioned to you guys, this is the Echo Dot third generation, so it says add Alexa to any room. The new design obviously looks very different, very different than the first and second. And the box is pretty simple. We just see basically that we're able to play music from different and control things, of course, of music, Google, Amazon Music, Spotify, Pandora, NPR, TuneIn Radio, controlling Hue light bulbs, SmartThings integration, of course. This is pretty much built around what we had before with the Amazon ecosystem. So there's no difference there. Anything that the old Dot could do, the new one can do. The only thing that I need to mention to you guys here, we do have the third generation Echo Dot, and the power supply now is up to 15 watts. And that's a little bit of a hint on some of the changes they've done. Now, opening the box, we'll read it directly with the smile, the Amazon's logo there, and here is the Echo Dot. There you have it, the brand new Echo Dot. It kind of looks like a tire for the most part if you kind of look at it, because there's like the rubber on the outside. I guess if you go with different colors, it doesn't look like this as much. I decided to go with this one mostly because I like the color. We have an array of microphones here at the top. We have a mute button, volume up, volume down, as well as the initiation button. There is no dial, there's no spinning mechanism here. Essentially up and down here, or you can use your voice command. The speaker array is basically set around at this point, so this is very different from what we had in the past. The older Echo Dots have always had the bottom firing speaker. On the bottom, we just have a non-slip material, the serial number. On the back, we also have one of the other updates they've done. Next to the 3.5mm headphone jack, we no longer have a micro USB connector to power it. It now requires a proprietary 15-watt Amazon brick. So the Echo Dot has basically taken more power to be able to power the brand new system of speakers. So let's go ahead and fire it up and see how it sounds. So now that we have it plugged in, let's do a quick size comparison between this and the last Echo Dot, as well as the first and second generation. So if we go based on generation, here is the third generation, and then now you have the second generation. As far as size, we're much smaller, very thin. Still with the same mechanism where we don't have the basically spinning dial, which is what we had in first generation, and the buttons are pretty much the same with the exception that we have actually just, I guess, one microphone at the top. It still has far field communication, but the speaker for the most part was firing downwards. So when you play music, it usually kind of fired down, and it was always underperforming in the sense of what you can hear out of it. So you always needed to augment that by an external speaker. Now, comparing this to the first generation of the Echo Dot. Now the Echo Dot, the first one, is much bigger. So you look at it right there, we did lose some size here. It got a little bit smaller. The mechanism that we had in the first generation, which was the spinning mechanism for the volume, similar to the standard Echo, has gone away. And of course, same thing, we have the mute and the initiation. They all have them in the same position, although the new icon is a little bit different. Now, of course, when you put them together, you can see that we've gone from big to small to big again, and even bigger than the first one. So here's the first one. And I'm just putting it kind of like right below the camera, and you can see that it's actually a little bit bigger, but it's also rounded on the edges. It's no longer sharp edges. And of course, compared to this one, there's no comparison. It's actually a lot smaller. So depending on the size in the room that you're in, if you want really good audio, this is going to be definitely, hopefully, the better one that we're going to be able to use. Now, again, I'm sure you guys are going to be comparing this obviously to the Google Home, and this is obviously going to be the main competitor here. Here is the Google Home, and here is the Echo Dot, third generation. For the most part, it sounds like it looks like they're about the same. So I guess when you put them right on top of each other, yeah, pretty much they take the same space on the table, although the Echo Dot is a little bit taller than what we have here with the Home Mini. But let's go ahead and focus on this one. Let's go ahead and turn on and just start asking a few questions. What's the weather like today?
Currently, in Valencia, it's 83 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. Today,
Cancel.
Currently in
Stop. So sounds pretty good. Let's play some music on this real quick. Now, setting it up is pretty simple. This one did not come pre-configured out of the box, so when I turned it on, I just had to go directly into the Amazon application, go under the actual home option here, hit the plus, and then select add device, and then it'll start scanning. Obviously tell it that you're looking for an Amazon Echo. and then you're pretty much set. As far as the settings, what you can with it, you can of course add devices. I added my Galaxy Note 9 just to be able to play music directly off of it, connected to a Wi-Fi, pair stereo and slash subwoofer, of course, the Echo remote if you want to use that, or pair a gadget, basically a compatible gadget that works with it. Now you can configure, of course, the sound, and you can go in there and set up basically the volume, ascending alarm, alarm sound, notification, ringtone, a lot of different things, start request, end request, if you wanted to make a little chirp every time so you know when it does hear you or if it doesn't hear you. And of course you can customize obviously your home address, the measurement, everything like you want to be able to set up for it within the application. And that's pretty much it. All you need to do is, once you're done with that setup, is pretty much start interacting with the assistant directly via voice, or you can just do the initiation with the button. I did pair it via Bluetooth so I can play my music on this. NCS is not part of the normal Amazon free music. You have to be subscribed. So since I use, for all intents and purposes, Google Play Music, I'm going to go in here and I'm actually going to bring up some music that I like to play, and we'll play it through here. 100% on my phone, so there's no more concerns here. Now we're going to listen to it here. This is about 50%. Wow. So even though I was playing it at 100%, it actually did hear me. So obviously it has pretty good microphones on it, and the sound is like, wow. The improvements that we've had on this from the second and the first generation is like night and day. I would say this is pretty comparable to what we normally expect out of the standard Amazon Echo. So that's something you want to keep in mind. It looks very different. It's bigger. It needs more power to power the array of speakers that we have now, and it is truly 360, as it's firing the sound now surround as opposed to bottom firing, which is what we've always had. So if you're looking for a brand new Amazon Echo, I guess this is definitely the best one you can get. And surprise, surprise, the price is pretty much the same as it used to be before. So $49.99 off of Amazon. It's available now to actually be able to order, not pre-order anymore. I pre-ordered mine, so it came in the mail yesterday. As far as footprint, it's pretty much about the same as you can expect from a Google Home Mini. It's bigger than the original and the second generation Echo Dot, so just keep that in mind. But it's not any bigger than it would be too much of an eyesore, and it does come in different colors. I think I'm truly happy and very impressed with this. I'm gonna have a couple other videos obviously going on this, but what I'd ask you is, let me know, what do you think? Should I do a sound comparison obviously between it and the Google Home Mini, as that's pretty much where the ecosystem is gonna be head to head between those two competitors. I think the sound alone is worth it. The main thing obviously, that if you have any kind of those external batteries that work with the first and second generation Echo Dots, it's not gonna work here, as we now have a proprietary plug that works with it. It doesn't mean there's not going to be batteries for it, you just have to buy another one, unfortunately. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one.